Hello world, this is Duke Dog 49 and I just wanted to make a first video and I couldn't think of anything, so I picked the topic why math makes me rock hard down there. Okay, so oh my gosh, I love math. It's fucking awesome. So you got all the numbers and the letters and they so you're being taught, right? You're being taught. And you're like, "Hey, how's math and I don't want to learn stuff." Okay, so math goes like this. You can't do this and you can't do this and you have to do this. Okay, that sounds like a plan. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I like it. And then you're having fun, and then you keep going, and then your professor's like, "Oh, by the way, now you can do this." And then I'm just sitting there like, what the fuck? Let me first give a nice little example. Calculus. So one of the first things people tell you, calculus. One of the first things that you learn in math is that you can't divide by zero. Well, I mean, if you actually learn anything about math, which some of us haven't, but if you actually want to know about math, or yeah, you can't divide by zero. It's just like uppercutting your mother. No, it's just don't. But they're like, no, but you can't divide by zero, but you can divide by a really, really tiny number that's infinitely close to zero, and then you're just like, hey, douchebag, isn't that dividing by zero? And they're like, no, it's not, but then it really is. So they made up these things called limits. And if you know anything about basic calculus, you know that a derivative is just a limit. It is the function plus a tiny bit minus the function divided by that tiny bit, which looks like that, as that tiny bit approaches zero. So it kind of looks really stupid, but whatever. The exciting part is that little limit word. It's, fuck you. Fuck, there's no, that's not, you can't, yes. Yes. People were like, hey, Isaac Newton, you can't do that. And Isaac Newton was just like, bitch, please. I am Isaac motherfucking Newton. God, fucking noobs. So the next thing you learn is an antiderivative or an integral. And that is just crazy stuff. So, for example, by the way, I can't fucking think of any application for this whatsoever. But as a derivative will give you the slope at a point of a curve, an integral will give you the area under a curve, which is okay. Yeah, I don't. So, now what really makes me rock hard about this is one specific integral. It's this one. Let me draw it. Why is that so awesome? Why is that so awesome? Why is that so awesome? Well, funny you should ask. Okay, so you have this graph. It looks like 1 over x. Looks like that, right? Cool graph. Awesome graph. I love this graph. Not really. It's just a graph. Okay, so this point A, and then it goes on to infinity, right? And you'd think like, oh, the area under that's, I don't, like, it approaches infinity, so I guess it's infinity. And you're like, okay, yeah, that works. It equals infinity, right? So you're like, okay, yeah, that works. And then you do the proof or whatever, and you're like, oh, cool, that works out. Sounds really good. Then, pretty similar function. I let you just square the x on the bottom. It's just no big deal, whatever. I mean, it just shrinks kind of faster, right? So it's no. It's the same fucking thing. It's seriously the same thing. I don't. What do you want? So here it goes from A to infinity, and The thing is, it doesn't equal infinity. It doesn't, you know, it should. It should, and I don't know why it doesn't. Honestly, I don't know why it doesn't. I'm a math major, and it's just like, hey, Professor, Dr., PhD math person who's super smart and knows lots of things and teaches people about math. How come 1 over x has an infinitary under its curve, but 1 over x squared, which is essentially the exact same thing, but only goes down faster, doesn't have an infinite area, even though it looks like it's pretty damn infinite. I, I don't I don't know, it's faster sloping, and I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, that's your explanation? Like, good job, Professor. I'm doing the cyclic area of the toruses and four-dimensional. Thanks, Professor. That's really helpful, you fucking retard. And it's just, oh my god. So frustrating, yet amazingly awesome at the same time. Words don't begin to describe it, like, splooge. So here's a song for math. Enjoy it, and thanks for watching. Math is so cool. It's got numbers and it's so awesome. And you can use it through some applications that you won't know until you graduate with a math degree. And you can add and subtract all of the possible jobs, but you'll mostly be subtracting because there really aren't any. 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 plus x is 3, and x equals 2 in that case. And then let's go to geometry. This time, a triangle has 3 sides. That's pretty cool, and it's applicable to isosceles triangles because 2 of them are equal. And if the angle between them is also equal, then it would be side angle side, and that would mean that 2 different triangles are actually identical to each other. And that's a pretty good quality. That is also applicable if each side is equal, but not really if it's an angle then 2 sides, because then that spells angle side ass, and that's just fucking silly sometimes. And then we'll go into pre-calc, which pretty much dances around the fact that we know how to do calculus, and it's actually much easier than pre-calc. And pre-calc is a pain in the ass and uses all these stupid formulas to memorize and solve things that are really easy to solve with calculus. And then there's calculus, and you cheat in math, and you're not allowed to do it, and you're adding up zeros and zeros to get actual real numbers, but then they're not really zeros, but they're infinitely small, but that's pretty much the fucking same thing, isn't it? Then now we're going to multiple variables, and I thought one was tough. And then we go into abstract math, and I think we just think about numbers for a while. And then I'd get an A, and that would be pretty goddamn cool. And then we keep going, and there's math, and there's research, and there's biostatistics, and linear algebra, and abstract algebra, and all these fancy terms. I can't even remember any of the electives because they're freaking ridiculous and I don't know any real application. But math, it's so cool and it's fun and it's usable, and I can tell you how much to tip a waiter, but I can't tell you how much the earth weighs because that's really tough and I'm not good yet. So we'll keep singing this song, and although this song wasn't made with math and neither were these lyrics, I still love math and it's really cool, and I'll make a video about it if you've already seen it. Yeah.